Good morning, guys. Welcome to the vlog. If you're new here, feel free to subscribe. My name is Ray. I make daily videos about my med school journey. It's Thursday for me in my 6th week of surgery. Gonna be a hell of a busy day today. I'm wearing my surgery shoes straight to the hospital instead of changing because it's just gonna be a lot. I'm supposed to have 2 surgeries today if everything goes well, nothing gets canceled, etc., etc. Before surgery goes down, you need consent, first of all, from the patient, and you need clearance from medicine team, pulmonary team, whoever is on with the patient needs to say, yes, this patient is stable and ready to go into surgery. There's been a few times where I think I'm going to surgery and it just doesn't happen because of clearance or something, or consent is taken away, because even if the patient signs consent and they're being rolled into the operating room, they can be like, no, I don't want the surgery, and surgery stops right then and there. First surgery is supposed to be an open thoracotomy for a patient with a large right pneumothorax. I'm gonna try to get an x-ray of this pneumothorax for you guys because it is quite large. I really don't know anything about an open thoracotomy, so I'm going to look up quite a lot of things. I don't even know what time it's scheduled for, to be honest. It's definitely not going to be early, so I'll have time after sign out and rounds to be able to look that up. It is, my watch is stuck under my jacket, but it should be like 5:45, something like that. Heading into the hospital now. I'm gonna check on these patients that are pre-op, and yeah, get ready for the day. What do you guys listen to in the morning? Because I was jamming to some Bruno Mars, and it's one of those jam sessions where you're like just staring in the mirror and singing, and you're like, I gotta calm down and get ready for work. Hey guys, it is 5:26, getting out relatively late for the past week. Usually we've been getting out at like 4 or something. I guess it was a long day. Personally, it wasn't that long of a day for me. I had an 8:30 case. Oh yeah, by the way, everything I thought was happening today didn't happen. I didn't get to go to the thoracotomy, which actually was a thoracotomy. It was supposed to be a VATS, but turned into a thoracotomy. I didn't get to go into that. It's a long story. Don't want to get into it. I'm kind of annoyed about it, but you know, getting over it. I did, however, get to go to ENT case where I was first assist, so it kind of makes up for it. Of course, I didn't like cut or suture or anything. I held a retractor and a suction, but it was still cool. There was a mass coming from the sphenoid sinus, which is behind your nose. There's a nasal cavity. Above your nasal cavity is your sphenoid sinus, and there was a mass that started there and entered the posterior nasal cavity, which is like the space behind your nose, behind the nose that you see here. Just to get to the mass, we had to, oh my gosh, couldn't find my keys in all my pockets. Now we've dropped my chapstick, just failing. So as I was saying, just to get to the mass, we had to do a right turbinectomy, I think, a right sphenoidectomy. We had to remove all of the things in front of the mass to get to the mass, and then we removed the mass.
Hi.
Vlog. Wow, this looks lovely.
Hi.
You want to be in the vlog?
No, I don't. I look disgusting.
So I can't post this? Is that what you're saying?
You can't post it.
Damn it. Wow, guys. It's like, honestly, like hours later. I sat with those girls, had dinner, talked. It was more talking than dinner because I had already eaten. I just had an ice cream bar. And we just spoke about everything in St. John's, our experience so far, 3rd year, the stress, step 2 exams, shelf exams, everything. It was kind of like a way to de-stress because it was like just talking like about regular stuff to like bitching. And we eventually were like, okay, let's go study. So it is almost 7 o'clock right now, and I got to study, go through my year-old questions, my incorrect questions. Yeah, what was I even saying about the day? After the ENT case, there was a patient on the CCU floor that needed a consult from the ENT doctor, so I brought a scope down there and we scoped the patient. Turns out they have nasal polyps, but the surgeon is not going to perform surgery. There's no really need for surgery. It's not obstructing anything right now. It's not symptomatic. So after that, it was like maybe 10:30, and I didn't even have much to do. Checked on my patients, helped a friend walk a patient. He recently had surgery, so you want to get your patient up and walking not right after, but very soon after surgery. It helps with recovery time. And then I did a lot of scut work. I had an intern ask me to get consent forms ready so she could get the consent from the patient or the next of kin. She asked me to check to see if patients are on a diet or if they have NG tubes in their nose and if they're getting fed that way. If a patient passed a void challenge, which is when they have a Foley catheter and we remove the Foley catheter, and if they're able to pee on their own without the catheter. So basically I went to go see if someone peed on themselves. That was my job. Scut life is like, it's scutting or scut work or whatever people call it nowadays. It's like the little pieces of work that needs to be done, but like the resident doesn't want to do it. It's like below them, but there's like no one to do it, so the med students do it. Like getting a consent form, like it means I have to go up to the floors and get it, and the resident doesn't want to do that, so that's what I do. It's fine, it's just a part of the job. It's not anything to like write home about. It's nothing. Who cares? Everybody does it. Everybody had to do it when they were a medical student, so who cares? A lot of students have left. A lot of students are taking their shelf exams tomorrow, Friday, or Saturday. So a lot of students weren't here today, and more students will be gone tomorrow. And there's a surgery conference tomorrow, so a lot of surgeons will be gone. So I don't know if that means it's going to be more busy or less busy. Because if the surgeons are gone, they can't do surgeries, so there'll be less cases. My voice just broke. But there might be some other things to do, like maybe more busy work, more scut work, so maybe I'll still be busy. I don't know, who knows. Every time I think, like when I tell you guys in the morning what my schedule is, it is always different, so who knows. Hell of a busy day today. By the way, everything I thought was happening today didn't happen. But that's it, guys. Remember, on Sunday at 3:30 I'll be doing a live YouTube stream, and I'll be going over UWorld questions from everything except OBGYN and psychiatry, just because I have not gone through those rotations yet. Thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, see you guys next time.